Hey guys, it's Macey.
And Ashlee.
And today we're going to be tier ranking every
single
Harry Potter characters. That's what I was trying to say. I'm just so used to like when we rank episodes for things.
Every single Harry Potter character that you've ever seen.
Even if they're just mentioned for like a second. Yeah, no.
Take hours.
That would take like multiple parts. We would have like part 49. But yeah, we figured, we try to do most of our fandoms on this podcast, but we kind of end up doing a lot of Star Wars. So we're going to take a break and do a Harry Potter one this time.
Mind that, we are going to talk about the Acolyte afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Sorry.
So this episode's not completely Star Wars free.
Yeah. They never are.
It never is, bro. Even if it has nothing to Star Wars, it always somehow comes up in conversation.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, if you want to hear our thoughts on the first 2 episodes of The Acolyte, that will be at the end of the episode. But yeah. Do you ever think, like I was thinking about this the other day, how with some episodes, like especially when Bed Batch was going on, how we would talk about the episodes at the end, like people going, like watching, listening to it, like later, and we're like, okay, oh my gosh, the new Bad Batch episode just dropped, but then like they're listening like months later. I feel like that would be weird. I kind of want to just like see, like go back and see our theories and stuff.
Right? Like of like the first episode of
yeah.
What?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be cuckoo crazy. I don't know.
Okay.
I named the tiers.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm just kidding. Okay, do you want to start with what our first tier is?
Okay, our first tier is called Peak, as usual.
Our next one is called Very Good, which is just characters that don't quite make it into Peak.
And the next one we have Mid, which is just like, they're mid, I don't know.
I feel like we're explaining it worse with each one we do.
I don't know how to explain it.
Next one is like just a little less than mid, honestly. Wait.
What people describe our podcast as?
Okay, no. Don't even say that. It's your turn.
Oh, and the next one we have no thanks, just like, no thank you.
And then the last one we have is garbage.
No, it's garbage.
Sorry.
Emphasis.
So me and Ashley discussed we're going to be ranking these characters kind of just based on our personal like preference on how we like them and what other factors we can come up with at the time, not just on how well the character is written, because I figure there's a lot of characters that you could put in Peak just because they're well written, but they're not
good.
Yeah. So yeah, we just had to preface that. Do you want to go first?
Okay.
Oh, by the way, sorry. Actually, I don't even know why I'm saying this.
Because you interrupted me?
No, I was gonna say that this will obviously contain spoilers, but the series and books have been out for years, so I feel like...
Bro, I'm not giving spoilers for Harry Potter, because why would you click on a freaking Harry Potter episode if you...
I don't know, okay? Maybe this person wants to, like, reread the books or something.
Okay.
But that's your problem, not mine.
That doesn't sound like my problem.
Okay, you first.
Okay, the first one is Harry Potter.
I don't know who that is.
Well...
I'm just kidding.
He's such a minor character. I don't even know how to rank him.
I'm putting him Peak.
I'm putting him in Peak.
I love Harry Potter.
He's my favorite character. It'd be a crime if I put him anywhere else.
He's literally one of the best main characters written of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I just love him.
He's just so amazingly, like, written. Like, oh, I just love him so much.
I like how he's not the ultimate, like, quirky main character, because I feel like a lot of times where the main characters, like, they're the chosen one, they're thrown into a situation.
They're so quirky.
Yeah, they play off like the I'm not like others. Where, yeah, Harry Potter does have that thing where he doesn't like fame and publicity, but it still, like, gets to a head sometimes. Like, he still has little flaws. Where, like, at some point, he's like, oh, it's kind of cool, but then, like, as time goes on, he's like, I hate this so much.
Mm-hmm. I hate this so much.
And he's, like, he's super kind. Like, he's honestly, I would love to have him as a best friend.
He's kind. He's
really sassy, too.
Kind, he's funny. Yeah, he's sassy.
I love sassy Harry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they definitely made him more sassy in the movies, which
no,
I appreciate.
Yeah. He's so silly.
Yeah. Okay. Next we have Hermione.
Peak.
Yeah. She was, like, my favorite. She was my Roman Empire for a while. And she still
I
kinda
know,
is, so.
all of your usernames were literally Hermione. Like,
Yeah. My PlayStation username is Hermione. And I can't change it ever. So.
Mine's a kitty cat, so I don't really...
She's just amazing.
People track us on PlayStation.
Yeah, no. You're not gonna be able to find me. Just kidding.
Not that that would literally do anything if you did.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just saying you'll never find me. Ever.
They see me playing Red Dead Redemption like 24/7. They're like, this girl's weird.
They see us playing Just Dance for 5 hours. I don't know. I feel like Hermione's great. I don't really know
She's
what to say.
very sassy. And I feel like that's why her and Harry get along so well. Or like I feel like she has the only brain cell of the trio and holds it like to like 5%.
Well, obviously you don't have a brain cell.
95%. It's gone. I watched Summer Game Fest for 2 hours and it evaporated.
Your brain?
Yeah.
I was like, what evaporated? What are
My
we
brain
talking about?
cells.
Okay.
I think we were talking about.
You make it sound like you know what you're talking about, as if you didn't just struggle for like 2 minutes. Okay, anyway. Yeah, actually, I don't even know what else to say about her. I'm sorry. She's just great.
I wanted to be like her when I was growing up. Like, I was like, I want to be as smart as Hermione.
And then I wasn't.
Why is my instinct when I laugh to just, like, launch myself forward? Like,
I don't know.
can I not stay put?
But also, people saying that they, like, want to have that Hermione aesthetic or be like Hermione. It is said multiple times in the books and movies that what she does is unhealthy, like, 90% of the time. Like,
that's not good. Like, the whole, like, time turner thing.
yeah.
Like, that's not healthy.
It literally said she finished at the end because she was exhausted. Like, and she just, like, tires herself out so much.
She's such an overachiever where it's to the point where it's just, like, so unhealthy. That's literally all she does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, don't be like that.
Don't have that Hermione aesthetic. I mean, to a certain extent, but not, like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, your turn.
Next one is Ron. Peak? I don't know.
I'll have the temptation to put him in Peak, just because, like, he's so...
I feel like it'd be a crime to put the, like, 3 main characters in, like, anywhere except Peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just feel like, yeah, all their personalities kind of combat each other really well. Ron is really funny. He has, like, some of the funniest lines.
Funny. Him and Hermione, like, battle it out, like, constantly because they have such different but, like, the same mindsets, you know what I mean? That's why they fight so much. And poor Harry always has to be, like, the mediator. Like, what's that one book where they're fighting literally the entire book?
Half-Blood Prince, they kind of fight a lot.
I'm like, dude.
Also, Deathly Hallows, they kind of fight a little bit.
They fight a lot.
Yeah,
like, if I was Harry, I'd get so sick of it. He does get sick of it. So.
He does fight with them, though, too.
Yeah.
He had the whole fight with Ron.
They fight a lot. They're still friends, though, so it doesn't matter.
One thing I didn't really like is how in the movies they give a lot of Ron's funny lines to Hermione. Like, Hermione steals a lot of his lines. Like, why did you do that?
Like, Ron cannot be funny.
Yeah, that's weird. Also, they can make him kind of mean in the movies. Have you noticed that? I don't want to, like, turn this whole thing into, like, a movie book comparison thing, but it's just something I noticed where, like, he's, like, kind of mean sometimes in the movies. Like, in the book, the main thing I can think of is in the book where Snape gets mad at Hermione for giving the correct answer, and she didn't talk out of turn at all. Like, she literally raised her hand, but he, like, anyway.
If I was Hermione, that'd be my freaking, like, villain origin story.
And then in the book, Ron defends her and is like, well, you told her to answer the question. She did. Where in the movie, he just, like, calls her a know-it-all. I'm like, okay. Like, the whole point of Ron is that he's like, sassy and, like, sometimes brutal to his friends, but he'll always stand up for them. And in the movies, he didn't really do that often.
I know, like, that's one of his freaking character traits. Like, no... Like, he's very loyal to his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So that's our Ron analysis. No.
He has a lot of character flaws, but also has, like, good traits. What are good traits called?
I don't I don't know. That sounded so goofy though. You were like, he has a lot of character flaws, but he also has a lot of good traits. Like,
Really? Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, his turn.
It's yours.
Oh. Next we have Ginny Weasley. As opposed to, like, Ginny Smith. I'm just like, why did I have to clarify that?
As opposed to the 20 other Ginnies in this book.
Ginny and Georgia. No, I'm just kidding.
Crossover. I'm gonna put her in very good.
Are we talking, like, book Ginny or movie Ginny? Because they're completely different.
We're doing book. Because I don't like movie Ginny.
Yeah, movie Ginny is weird.
Weird.
She's so weird.
Ew.
And weak as crap. Like, in the book, she's so savage, and that's, like, why Harry likes her. And in the movie, she's just like, can I tie your shoelace? Like, what are you doing? Get off the floor! Get off the floor!
What are you doing?
Oh.
No, like, Ginny in the books is, like, sassy, always stands up for herself, and it's not like, well, she's quiet in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, and then once she grows older, you see her, like, grow into, like, such a brave person, and then in the movies, I'm like, what are you doing?
Also, the one scene, she's like, close your eyes. I don't even want to. Okay, it's just,
I think we literally, like, skipped that scene or something when we were watching
I always skip it
because I literally can't.
It gives me the major ick. I cringe. I physically cringe. I was watching it while doing an assignment once in class.
Your classmate looks over and is like,
it literally started playing. I was like, no. Hit that skip button so fast. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Watch
And no one else is watching this because who wants to be subjected to that pain?
watched them last summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was my first time watching most of the movies. Don't ask me how. I don't know. And so we watched all of them, including all the Hunger Games ones. And that's what that scene came on. I was like, and then we skipped it.
I want to rewatch Hunger Games, by the way.
I was gonna rewatch it the other day because I was bored.
Okay, well, let's rewatch it.
I was about to go on a tangent, but this was about enough.
Like, what kind of tangent?
A PETA tangent.
Oh.
Naturally.
Maybe we should do a Hunger Games episode.
We need to do a Hunger Games episode.
Because I, like, put something out in my community tab, and everyone was like, do Hunger Games, do Hunger Games. I'm like, for a video. And I was like, oh, I didn't know so many of you liked Hunger Games.
Of
I'm
course
like, you know this obscure piece of media? I don't know if you've ever heard
like,
of it.
it didn't
The Hunger
define
Games?
dystopian. Like, it's not the most famous dystopian freaking book series ever. That every single one is like a knockoff nowadays.
Yeah, for real. Also,
They're like, there was this game. So I'm like, Hunger Games?
Also, I swear, like, it's been years, and Suzanne Collins still does it right. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of Songbirds and Snakes, but that's just personal opinion. I can recognize that it's a pretty good book.
Oh, yeah.
Like, a little slow times, but really good.
The ending, too, I just honestly feel like it was perfect for, like, but it's just, I don't like snow, so.
And the movies are consistently good. Again, I haven't seen The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but I've heard it's
The
really
movies
good.
are, like, peak.
Yeah.
They got all the characters, like, pretty well. Well, there's some minor grievances.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm excited for the new one coming out. I apologize for the person that I will become when the new book and movie comes out.
when is it coming out again?
I think the book's coming out 2025 and the movie's 2026.
Fine! Like, it's
I
not
know,
like a year.
like-
A half year away.
Okay. Your turn.
Which one is that? How are we supposed to tell?
I think this one is George. They have, like, the twins next to each other.
Can we just clump them together?
I used to be able to tell them apart, and I don't
Still,
anymore.
honestly.
Yeah, I think that's George.
George Weasley? They're the same to me. Like,
Dang. Well, I guess it's true in the movies, it's hard to tell. In the books, they are pretty different, for the most part.
yeah, I haven't read the books in a while.
In the books, Fred is mostly the one that initiates things, and George just kind of follows most of the time.
They're both chaotic, so.
And Fred tends to be more savage as well.
I love the Weasley twins.
Can I just, like, put them both in peak?
Right? That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, can we just clump them together?
Yeah, I'm gonna... It's so bad doing that.
All the
Okay.
twins are like,
I love the Weasley twins. They are the best.
they're my second favorite characters.
Same. My first is Hermione, and my second is Weasley twins.
My first is Harry.
Okay. Why'd you say it like that? My first is Harry. I'm just kidding.
Oh. What are you going on about?
Wait, what did you put Ginny in?
Very good.
Okay, that's what I did too. I don't even remember if I said where I put her.
I think you agreed with me because I said I put her very good.
Okay. Next we have Percy Jackson. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm putting him in
Ugh, he's so annoying.
He's really annoying. And honestly,
I'm gonna put him
he just gets worse. Like, he just gets worse.
He gets so much worse. Like, especially towards, like, the later books. And he sides with, like, the Ministry, like, all the time. And I'm like, you're annoying.
Is it your turn or my turn?
It's fine.
Okay. Hello? What is taking so long?
I need a reminder.
Bill?
Yeah, okay, thank you. I just didn't want to be wrong.
These characters are in such a weird order. Like, what relevancy does he really have?
We see him maybe, what? No. Like, literally not that much.
That's fine. Whatever.
I'm just gonna put him in freaking bro. I don't know.
I'm gonna put him in mid. I don't really have any strong feelings towards this guy.
Yeah, but
He's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, he does get after Ron in Deathly Hallows when he abandons his friends. So.
that's a W.
And calls him a coward. Absolutely just, I messed something up. Okay, anyway. Next we have the Queen herself, Molly Weasley.
I think I know where she's going.
Yeah, exactly. It's just...
It was like...
She is queen.
Straight into
She's
peak.
mother. She's quite literally mother.
She is mother.
She's actually the best. I love her.
Oh, she's so amazing.
She is the sweetest.
She's the sweetest, but she's also, like, very bad A. I don't know how else to put it. Like,
she's very... She's very...
It's giving je ne sais quoi energy.
She's just very...
Very...
Okay. Yeah, she's great. I love her. Okay, your turn. Oh my gosh. Queen.
This is so bad.
Starts with an A. PBS Kids TV show.
Arthur.
Yeah, good job. I'm actually just forgetting all their names. Especially King Arthur. Oh. I kind of ate with that.
Arthur Weasley.
I'm sorry, but I'm putting him in very good. I just feel like he's not quite up to peak status.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because, like, people in peak have like, a specialness about them.
They also have, like, more moments.
Arthur is king, though.
Mm-hmm.
He eats. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have Dumbledore. I'm putting him in peak immediately.
Peak.
Listen, regardless of what your opinions are on him, like his person, like his
how he is, like,
his personality in general, he is one of the best characters ever written, and I will stand by that.
I think just, like, the whole way he was written in the beginning, and then slowly how much you realize about him, like, towards the end of the book series, is amazing. Just because you realize that you shouldn't ever, like, think a person is perfect, like Harry did with Dumbledore, and that everyone has their flaws, even Dumbledore.
You said that really well. Like, that's honestly, I feel like, because as a kid I was like, this man is perfect, like, he's just like, nothing's wrong, he does everything right, he's so powerful. But then you just slowly learn more about him,
and you realize, like, he did some, like, not very good stuff.
Yeah. Also, I think that's why Order of the Phoenix is my favorite, just because all of that is just...
I have the Arthur theme song stuck in my head now.
Not me just giving you clues. When you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet...
I don't know none of the other lyrics are.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, next up is Hagrid.
King. I'm putting him in very good, though.
Yeah. He's not quite peak.
He is very slay, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to stop.
He is very slay.
He's very pooky. Face.
He gives such pooky energy.
He
is him.
One of the things I remember most from Hagrid is, I think it's in book... Is it in book 1 or 2? I don't remember. But it's the part where he has, like, the dragon egg. Oh, wait, it's book 1. Yeah. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Okay, book 1,
Yeah.
where he has the dragon egg, and he gets, like, so attached to it. It's the part where, like, Ron gets his hand bit by the dragon, and Hagrid's like, oh, you hurt him, like, you messed with him, blah, 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 and he's just like, bro, he literally bit me. It's, like, it's giving, like, when, like, the parent's favorite child does something, and they're like, oh, well, just leave him alone, like, blah, blah, blah.
He literally punched me.
I just think that's funny.
Same thing with, Buckbeak in Goblet of Fire.
Yeah.
Except those are, like Draco's fault, so I don't really feel bad.
That wasn't in Goblet of Fire, I'm afraid.
Is it?
Not?
Not?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh my gosh. I knew that too.
That's
I'm
okay.
hallucinating. Sorry.
Oh,
My favorite book was on the mind.
That's okay.
Oh, we should probably clarify. What's your favorite book?
Order of the Phoenix.
Mine's
I already
Goblet of
said
Fire. Oh, I didn't ask, did I?
And then favorite movie.
Probably Prisoner of Azkaban.
Same. I think Order of the Phoenix is my second favorite movie.
Worst movie is Goblet of Fire, which is amazing. So this is my favorite book. Thanks, guys.
And here's the thing, like, so many people love that movie. Here's the thing, I feel like everything about it, like, cinematography, writing, pacing, blah, 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 acting, blah, blah, all that's fine. It's just because they tried cramming so much in a short movie, and they just
Make it
missed
two
so much stuff.
parts.
Which, like, isn't, like, no, literally.
Like, the Goblet of Fire has so many things in it. That's the whole point, because it's such a big, like, book for the plot. And why can you have split it into 2 movies?
Especially revolving, like, the villain in that book. Like, there's just so much that could be used.
So much.
And there wasn't enough time.
With that, and then, like, the ending, there is so much going on in that book, which is, like, one of the reasons why it's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my second favorite book is Chamber of Secrets. It's probably, like, it used to be my favorite, and then that's apparently not popular opinion because a lot of people, like, don't really like Chamber of Secrets.
I like Chamber of Secrets. I think I like it better than the first one.
I think it's fire.
I
love the ending.
I also think it's one of the darker Harry Potter books, and people just don't, like, kind of forget that, I feel like.
My 2 favorites are, like, the darkest. I couldn't even sell the bit because I was laughing so hard.
My second favorite book is probably Goblet of Fire. It's
just
peak,
so good.
which is funny because as a kid I didn't really like it, and then I grew up and I'm like, this book
Really?
is peak literature. Like,
As a kid, I didn't like Order of the Phoenix. Like,
actually, same.
it was where I stopped when I was reading because it's like, this is so boring. And then reading when I get older, I'm like, this is literally peak cinema. Put in a book.
Yeah, I was like,
This is so cinema. Me calling anything and everything peak cinema.
when I was a kid, I didn't like it because I thought Harry was whiny, but then the more I grew up, I'm not even getting into it. It's a whole tangent. Like, I could defend.
Don't get Macey started.
I could defend Order of the Phoenix Harry with my life.
I could too.
Sorry. Continue.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
Sorry. I wrote, like, a really long Goodreads review after I finished rereading.
I remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's your turn.
Oh. Next up. Wait, no, it's not.
Oh, sorry. Next is Snape. People are gonna come at me for this, but I'm just putting him very good, not peak.
Not peak.
I don't think he's quite up to peak status.
His writing though is pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Movie Snape is definitely more. What is it called? I feel like you can. How do you say the word? I feel like you can empathize and be more sympathetic towards movie Snape than you can book Snape. Book Snape is actually a menace.
Mean.
Book Snape is a straight up bully.
Oh my gosh. I
Movie-
was brought up in files for harassment.
Movie Snape is more just kind of like funny. Like, he'll say something and you'll laugh.
But, book Snape, if he said some stuff he said to me, I would go cry in a closet.
I would
And
never
never
come
come
to
out.
Hogwarts again.
I would drop out.
He's straight up like a bully. He's honestly like, I feel
Oh
like
my
when I
gosh.
read the books and that whole reveal at the end in Deathly Hallows, I was like, I don't know how to feel. But I feel like that's also another really good part of it, is because not every character needs to be completely redeemed. You just kind of understand where the character was coming from.
Mm-hmm. That's, like, towards the end, like, of the book series, I feel like that's, like, the greatest character that you thought was, like, perfect, you realize wasn't, and then, like, the meanest character you thought was evil was just, like, not really be evil, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Very interesting.
I find it quite intriguing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, your turn.
Oh, bro is like staring at me and it's kind of scary. Next is Voldemort.
He's making the weirdest face. He's like,
Ew.
I don't like that.
I don't know what to put in, bro. Freaking garbage. I'm just kidding. I won't.
I'm putting him in very good. I would put him in peak, but I feel like he's kind of just like a standard villain. Like, his backstory is interesting, but it kind of just says that he's been evil all along.
Some people are just born evil, like, I guess. Like, all you hear of, like, his childhood, you found out that he's, like, a literal psychopath. Like, you're freaking crazy. Weirdo.
Yeah, he's terrifying. So.
No nose.
Very spooky. Okay. Next we have Sirius. And again, book series and movie series are kind of different. So
I want to put him in peak so bad.
I'm actually putting him in peak. Like book or movie. Like I think he's up there.
I freaking love Sirius.
He's so over it.
And I'm very serious about that.
I think Order of the Phoenix, the movie, why I like it, like obviously there's a lot of things I wish they had done differently, but I really like how they did Sirius. Because I feel like book Sirius is more, like he sees, I mean it kind of does this in the movie, but I'll get into that, but he kind of sees Harry as James, so he's kind of more reckless in how he like interacts and raises him, I feel like. Whereas in the movie, he's definitely more fatherly, I feel like. Like they have that whole talk in like the one family tree room.
Oh my gosh, it's peak.
He does still, like, and it's acknowledged in the movies, he does still have that thing where he kind of just sees a lot of James in him, and he kind of forgets that not the same person. Like, in the ending, my favorite line in the freaking movie, where he says, like, nice one, James, and then he dies.
Oh.
Ruins it. Oh, the first time I heard that line, chills. I was like,
Dude, the first time I watched that scene, I was like, oh my gosh.
So good.
Because they could have made, like, so many different choices, and like, yeah, but they made the best one and made it silent. Like, you know what I mean? Oh. I mean, like, really sad. I literally cried, but like,
okay, like I said, there's a lot of things I wish they'd done differently in Order of the Phoenix, but overall, peak movie. I love that movie. I don't care what anyone says. A lot of people don't like that movie. I don't understand why.
Same people that like Goblet of Fire, you mean?
I mean, that's your opinion, but it's wrong.
It's the wrong one.
I'm just kidding. But another part I like is when Voldemort is getting into Harry's mind, and it's kind of quiet, and Dumbledore's, like, trying to help him, and then he has, like, all the flashbacks to, like, his friends, and Hogwarts, and, like, all the good memories, and that's when he says that, like, he has one thing Voldemort doesn't, and that's love. And it's just, like, that's been, like, kind of the theme of the entire series. Just, like, I love that movie so much. Also, like, I've said this on Letterboxd and on other things, but, like, I feel like all the Harry Potter movies are good in their own ways. Like, the first two are obviously more magical and kind of hold that same magic that the books have. But I feel like for the others, like Order of the Phoenix, Goblet of Fire, Deathly Hallows, etc., I feel like those are definitely darker tones and they need to be handled that way. And I think the director did a really good job at that. So
I think so too. Like, I feel like everyone was expecting him to have the same, like, magical element as the first two have, but it's not going to be like that because, one, Harry has changed, and two, like, the plot is so much darker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not, like, you can argue that, like, say the first two were dark, but they weren't, because they killed the, like, big boss, like, in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, oh, everything's okay now, and then on the others, like, it's not like that. They survived for a second, but it's not done yet.
Especially Prisoner of Azkaban and Goblet of Fire. In Prisoner of Azkaban, they, like, yeah, they saved Sirius, but the other guy got free. Peter. I don't know why I said the other guy. Got free.
The other guy.
And Goblet of Fire especially, that ending is brutal.
That ending is dark, because that's when you realize that everything is, like, oh crap, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love the book so much, is that this whole, like, fun games thing, and then you get to the ending and it's like a freaking smack in the face.
It's actually depressing.
Like, it literally is like one thing after another. And you realize, like, oh crap, it's like real now. And it ends in such, like, a dark way.
Mm-hmm.
But not like in a happy way like the first two did.
Yeah. Yeah. Another
Wow,
tangent.
we went.
I could
Oh,
talk about
no.
Harry Potter 4 hours. Like, I'm not even kidding. Okay, your turn, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. No.
Okay.
Seriously.
Next we have Neville. Sorry, mine's kind of out of order, so I'm looking at Ashley's. I'm gonna put him in very good.
I'm putting a lot of characters in very good.
I know, there's a lot of good characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in very good.
I wouldn't quite put him in peak.
No.
His character development's really good, though. One of my favorite things that they have done showing the houses, how, like, even on, like, first impression, you might be like, I don't think they're in this house. They are. Like, especially with Hermione, where a lot of people are like, you should be in Ravenclaw because you're smart. That's not what makes a house. There's more that goes into it. And it shows that she's actually really brave. And, like, I'm not saying that the others aren't brave, but there's, like, a certain, like, courage that Gryffindor has that others don't. And so, same with, like, Neville, where he seems, like, really...
timid.
Yeah, but he's so loyal, and then especially towards the end, like, he's incredibly brave.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Like that one, like, final battle scene of, like, Deathly Hallows, where they find out Harry's, like, dead. And then he's like, fine, like, I'll fight you, and, like, everything. And I'm like, that is just, like, a perfect thing of his character, and, like, realizing that he's a Gryffindor.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I don't love the argument where it's like, well, Hermione's smart, so she should be in Ravenclaw. I'm like, no. We don't see much of Hufflepuffs in the freaking series, but the whole thing is that they're, like, sweet, and, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there could be, like, I don't know how to explain this well. My brain lost it. Awesome sauce.
it just...
It's
Just
gone.
left. Okay, next we have Professor McGonagall, is I think how you say her name. I get it wrong
Yeah.
like, every time. As a kid, it's because when I first read Harry Potter, I read it as a third grader, so I mispronounced everyone's name. Like, Ashley, like, Hermione's name, I pronounced Hermione. Hermione! Until I watched the movie and I was like, oh.
Hermione, it's actually, like, foul.
I always said, like, McGonagall. Or Hagrid, I said Hagrid. Draco. Draco was the same.
I sure hope so. That one's pretty
No,
self-explanatory.
I butchered so many names in my head. Hermione was
Hermione!
so bad. You know how, like, there's prefix?
Yeah.
I remember in one of the books there's just, like, it's just one minimal spelling error, and it says perfect instead of prefect. And it was just one time. Very minimal. But I looked at that and I was like, wait, have I been saying it wrong this whole time? So I started saying perfect instead of prefect. Despite all the others, like, spelling be the same. Like,
It just took that one time for you to, like, doubt the entire rest.
yeah. So bad.
I haven't even rated her. She's going into very good.
I'm putting her into peak.
Oh.
Actually, I'm gonna put her very good. I just feel like she's not quite up to peak status.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
But she's a slay queen.
Mm-hmm.
She eats. She's perfect.
She eats and leaves no crumbs.
Literally. I don't even know what else to say about her because she's that amazing. Okay, your turn.
Next we have Umbridge.
Garbage.
Garbage.
We should have made a whole tier that was just Umbridge.
Bet. I'll do it right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna name the garbage tier Umbridge.
Low.
Obviously she's a really well-written character because you hate her so much you want her to die more than Voldemort, the actual villain. She's
It
terrible.
was like kills people.
She's a horrible human being. I hate her with a burning passion, so that's why she's in her own little tier called Umbridge, which is worse than garbage. It's worse than anything. She's just so... And, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously now, like, we still hate her more than Voldemort. But, like, as a kid, I remember being more terrified of her than Voldemort. And I think it's just because...
Say something, bro.
I think also it's just because she works for the Ministry and everyone thinks of the Ministry as, like, a safe government. But you have this horrible human being who is honestly just worse than Voldemort in some ways because she just... At least Voldemort has a plan. Like,
What is Girlie doing?
she literally just enjoys torturing people for no reason. Just because she wants to be the best. Like,
She's sadistic. Like,
she's horrible. Ew. But, like, I love... And, like, again, like, I'm sorry, I'm just adding more. What adds to her being so well written is she has, like, this cutesy, like, soft demeanor with, like, the pink and her soft voice and, like, her office being, like, all cats and stuff.
she's
Like,
literally the devil.
yeah, she's horrible.
Which, by the way, you already know, but they literally sell her, like, cat plates. And, like, when you move them, like, the cats move. I buy them to shatter them. I'm just kidding.
Proof that all cat lovers are actually insane. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
You're like, they're very ugly and just like lists everything.
Okay, next we have Lupin, Remus Lupin.
Peak.
I'm putting him very good. Sorry.
Peak.
But I love him so much. He's such a good character.
I love him so much.
I think also just his whole like werewolf thing is very interesting, and also really sad.
That's why Prisoner of Azkaban is like such a good book and movie.
Mm-hmm. Love.
He's such a good character.
Okay, your turn. Right? Yeah. Why can I never keep track of these things?
Wow. You struggle literally every single time.
I'm always like, whose turn? Whose turn?
Whose turn? Whose turn is it? Next we have Mad Eye Moody.
Ooh. Okay, this one's always hard for me because...
You can't separate?
Yeah, because which I guess it kind of counts. So, like how Barty Crouch Jr. impersonated Moody for, like, the entirety of Goblet of Fire. But he also, like, got all of his characteristics and everything down to a T. So I guess you could still count that as Moody's personality.
Right? Like, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he's a really interesting character. I'm gonna put him very good.
He had an influence over Harry, like, a lot.
Yeah. And I honestly wish we got to see more of, like,
right,
his backstory, I guess,
or just like him in general.
Yeah, I think he was really interesting. Please stop. Ashley's like rubbing the couch, and it is giving me.
Sorry.
Oh, like
I forgot you hate that.
Like, just I don't even know how to explain it.
I was
It
doing
gives me
it.
the chills.
I was
in a
doing
bad
it.
way.
Macy just went. Stop.
Please stop. It's when people rub against their pants too. I'm like, oh, I can't.
Macy just hates when people like rub their hands against something. Like when we were kids and you'd like rub your feet on the cement. Like,
yeah,
and
and you guys did it to piss me off.
You start bugging me. I'm like, and then start screaming.
I'm like, oh. Okay, let's move on. Whose turn?
Oh my gosh, it's yours.
Okay. Next we have. Oh my gosh, what's his first name? Mr. Dursley. I forget his first name. I'm tweaking right now. Sorry.
Vernon.
Oh, I don't know where to put him because, like, what do I
Garbage?
do? Like, he's just kind of there, so I think I'm just gonna put him in no thanks.
I'm putting him in garbage.
Because he's actually just so terrible.
The Dursleys are like literally like horrible people.
But he's also just kind of there, so I'm just gonna put him in no thanks. Like, I don't have any, like, I don't know. I guess, in a way, like, here's the thing. I definitely think I like Mrs. Dursley better, and just, I'll talk more about it later. There's some things that make me like her better. But at least, like, Mr. Dursley has an excuse to be the way he doesn't. That's horrible. I'm just saying more of, I guess, because he's never heard of, like, this whole wizard world. And it just gets dumped on him, like, oh yeah, so his parents died, and we're taking him in now. He's a probably wizard.
Like, sorry?
Yeah, so I feel like, I'm not saying this is excusable, because this is messed up, and he's honestly terrible. But he's more of that motivation to be the way he is to Harry. Whereas, like, Mrs. Dursley is just honestly worse in that sense, where she's been around that kind of stuff for her whole life, and she's being so mean to him just because she didn't like her sister, and she was jealous.
That is just... We'll get into it more.
Yeah.
Her,
I'm just like... No.
No.
Okay. We're gonna skip that one. Because it's irrelevant. Okay. My turn?
You just...
I don't know. I can't keep track of these things.
Wait, what's his name?
Peter Pettigrew or, like,
That's
Wormtail?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
This guy is
garbage?
I'm putting him in garbage.
He quite literally sold out his friend to a murderer so that him and his wife and like child like knew they were gonna die. Like, good job, buddy. And like, even after that, he didn't have to go back to Voldemort, but he like literally did.
He's such a coward. I hate him.
Oh, he's such a coward.
Literally all he did his entire life was just, like, try to follow around everyone and just betray them because he's scared and he's pathetic. He's pathetic. That's the perfect word for him.
When he was talking to Sirius, like, in that scene in, like, Prisoner of Azkaban, he's like, well, what would you have done? Like, if he came to, like, I would have died. And then Sirius is like, I would have, like, died? Like, I would have betrayed them?
Yeah.
And then, like, he's so pathetic. Literally, like, bro, come on.
I hate him so much.
He's a rat, like, literally.
Okay. Next we have, how do you say his name? This is, like, so controversial.
What do you mean it's controversial?
People either say it's Dobby or, like, Dobby. And I would say Dobby.
It's Dobby.
But I literally said Dobby once, and my friends all were like, that's not how you say his name. And I was like, I think
Dobby.
it is. Listen, however you pronounce it is fine, but don't come and shame me for the way I pronounce it.
Yeah.
Anyway, aw.
I'm putting him in mid.
Oh. I'm actually gonna put him in mid as well.
I know a lot of people that absolutely, like, love him, but I've never been, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not always been like, oh my gosh, I love him so much, or, like, he's there. I'm just kidding. He's a little more than there, you know what I mean? Like, I like him, but I don't, like, overly love him like others do. I was still sad at his death, you know what I mean? Like, I still, like, cried when he died, but I'm saying, like, he wasn't always, like, my favorite.
I mean, I like him. I just don't think he's quite up to the other tiers. So, sorry. Your turn.
You remembered!
Yeah, I did actually. I remember because you got mad at me for not remembering the last one.
Harsh reinforcement. Next we have Draco. Malfoy. I'm just kidding. As opposed to the other 40 Dracos.
I'm putting him in peak. Oh. I'm not a sim. Please don't come in the comments to say that.
Oh goodness, I wasn't going to... I'm putting him in peak too.
I really like his character, and I think I'm kind of more on movie Draco with this. Just because I feel like the movies did a lot better at giving him more
Characterization?
Yeah, and he had more, not like a redemption, but it kind of just, like, showed that... I could go on tangents about Draco, but of course I cannot form words to, like, properly explain myself. Here's the thing. Everyone's always begging for, like, a really good redemption for Draco, and while I see where they're coming from, I don't think he should get a redemption for the way he treated everyone, because he was really mean.
He's a bully.
Yeah, he was a straight-up bully. But I do agree that, like, the whole dark, what are they called? Death Eater side of everything,
he should get redeemed to that, because, like, he really did want to do it, you know what I mean? But because he was, like, basically manipulated to do, like, even though he really didn't want to. But, like, the whole bully side, where he literally, like, bullied everyone that wasn't in Slytherin, and I don't think he should be redeemed for that, because that's not okay.
I think that's more something I really like that was said in the Harry Potter reunion for, like, the movies. Tom Felton was talking about just Draco's character, and he kind of said how, I mean, Draco is the way he is because of how he was raised. Like, that's why it's so interesting to look at, like, the Weasleys and the Malfoys, because they're completely different. Like, the Weasleys were all raised in, like,
they were raised out of love.
Yeah. Like, they didn't have all the money in the world, but they were raised out of love, and it kind of just shows, like, how all of them grew up. Whereas, like, Draco's family, like, I mean, in the end, it does show that his parents love him, but there was so much, like, it's just, like, a bad environment. So, obviously, just look at his dad. Like, his dad is constantly making fun of people, especially Arthur Weasley. So that definitely plays into how Draco treats others. And I'm 100% sure that, like, once he heard Harry Potter was going to Hogwarts, like, in the beginning, it shows Draco tries to befriend Harry, but then once Harry tells him no, then it kind of just, like, shows it.
I feel like some people forget that Draco did try to be friends with Harry in the beginning. Honestly, probably just because he wanted the popularity.
Yeah,
and he wanted someone famous, like, by his side.
That's what I'm saying.
To give him more boost. Not, like, out of friendship.
Yeah.
That's... People call Slytherins, like, bad, and they're always evil. That's not what Slytherins are, is that Slytherins are always motivated to get what they want. like, well, the others, like, Slytherins are very determined in that kind of way. That, like, that can be a bad thing, obviously, because they will literally do anything to get what they want, but it can also be, like, a good thing, you know what I mean? Because they're very persistent. But that's honestly where Draco was coming from. Literally, probably, like, absolutely not a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as Harry denied his friendship, he turned bitter and bullied him. So he would have that, like, not very, like, God complex over Harry to give him something above.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be embarrassed that Harry denied him.
Where
did that come from?
I feel like we're getting so good at talking about this.
Where did that come from?
That's what I was trying to say, is I feel like Draco's father definitely played a role. Like, well, Harry Potter's coming to school, so I think you should try to... Not, like... I just feel like there's a lot of manipulation involved. Like, Tom Felton specifically said, like, who knows who Draco... Like, how he would have ended up if he was raised by someone like the Weasleys. Like, he could be a completely different person.
It was just that he literally grew up in a household full of hate, envy, and manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew into, like, what he is today.
And it, like, okay, as much as I hate The Cursed Child, like, I literally hate this book with a passion.
Oh my gosh.
I hate everything about it.
I could never finish it.
One thing I did like was kind of showing how Draco had evolved a little bit. Like, obviously didn't spend very much time on him. It was mostly just his son. But Draco was, like, a good dad. And I feel like it's more just, like, breaking the chain. Like, you notice...
He didn't let the trauma pass down.
Because a lot of the Slytherins in the Harry Potter universe, like, that's why Slytherin is always known as, like, the evil house. Because I feel like it's just a lot of family things. Like, for so long there have been these toxic families. But then once you see, like, after Harry Potter, like, when some families start to break the chain, like, that's when it becomes more of a healthier thing.
Because Slytherins are always focused on being the best. Like, you know what I mean? And so that's what makes them, like, so... They're full of envy. And, like, they want to always be the best. So it's not ever out of love. It's just to always to get to the top. And then when they realize, like, oh, that's probably, like, bad.
Okay, so we kind of just, like, went on a tangent on, like, Slytherins in general.
I don't know what happened there.
I kind of just wanted to get into, like, Draco's character. And we didn't really go into the whole Death Eater thing a lot, but I just like how... Well, and the books and the movies, but the movies treated it a little better. It just shows how Draco's doing in this new environment where he literally just... Like, you notice later in the books he bullies Harry less because he's just overall just stressed.
He's stressed so much.
Voldemort and everything. I just... Yeah, so that's why I think he's peak, because I feel like he's a really, really good character.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's...
conclusion.
Oh, wait, one more thing.
Okay.
Something that was also said in the Harry Potter reunion, which I love the Harry Potter reunion, by the way.
It's literally peak.
I love it so much. I rewatch it all the time. That was also said is how another reason why Draco is an interesting character is because you spend so much time, like, not liking him and hating him. You're like, he's, like, you hate him. I don't know what other way to put that. But then slowly, as, like, the later books come on, you start to feel a little bit of sympathy towards him.
Pity.
Yeah, and you just, like, I don't feel pity. I feel sympathy.
You
There's
know
a
what I mean?
difference.
I know.
I feel pity for you. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. And I actually think Tom Felton said this as well, but you start to, like, sympathize with him, and then you're thinking, like, why am I sympathizing with him? He's terrible. But then it's just, like, this whole thing where you kind of just, like, have a, like, conflicted thoughts. And I think that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch the Harry Potter reunion, guys. We're sponsored. No, just kidding. No, we're not.
That'd be crazy, dude.
Okay, whose turn?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, it's yours.
Okay, next we have Slughorn. Another Slytherin.
We do?
Mine might be out of order. Okay, well, can we just skip the Slughorn up? Okay.
Wait, which one's him again? Is this on, right? Okay.
He's a really interesting character, actually.
He is a
I feel
very
like he's kind of
interesting
underrated.
character. I'm gonna put him in, mid, though.
I'm gonna put him in very good.
He's a very interesting character.
And also proof that not all Slytherins are evil. Like, whenever people are like, Slytherins are evil, blah, 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 I like to bring him as an example. Because, like you said, he has those traits where, like, he has this whole, like, student thing where he wants to pick the best students because he feels pride in knowing that he taught them. He has that whole side of him, but he, like, at the end of the day, he sided against Voldemort and was brave and helped. Like, he's not evil.
Also, there's just have, like, a need to be the best.
Yeah.
I will not go on that tangent again.
Also, really, like, I feel like the movie did it really well with his character. Also, with the whole Tom Riddle thing.
Oh, it's peak, dude.
So good.
People will trash on Harry Potter and be like, it's not even that good. It's that good.
It's that good. I am lifelong Harry Potter defender.
Yeah, Harry Potter defender. I'm not the person who created it.
Though a lot of people are like, well, I was just blinded by nostalgia. I reread it and it's not good. Respectfully, what do you even mean by that? Like, I reread it as an adult and I'm like, excuse me? This is the best thing I've ever read.
People will hate Harry Potter but praise Percy Jackson. I'm like,
yeah,
dude.
And I don't understand why, because I reread Percy Jackson and I'm not calling it kiddish because it's literally amazing. I love it so much.
But it's still a kid's book.
Yeah, like it, and I just don't understand because there's more, I feel so bad saying this, not like cringe.
It just has like different humor.
Yeah, and the fact that people are like, well, it's better than Harry Potter, but you have some, and I'm not saying dark things make things better, but there's just so many things in Harry Potter where I'm like, I feel like you could be any age and still love that.
Like, I'm sure adults still love Percy Jackson, but you cannot say it hits the same as an adult as Harry Potter does.
Yeah, exactly. I recently reread Percy Jackson, and I still ate it up. I loved it. But there were times where I was like, this doesn't really hit the same. And people are going to be like, well, you're just not a real fan. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, just stop.
Okay.
Okay. Your turn? Hello? Stop yawning. Wake up. Just kidding. It's your turn.
Okay. Next one we have is Lucius Malfoy, right? That's his name, right? I'm not saying...
I say Lucius, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Lucius?
I was going to say something and I'm not going to say
What?
Had an intrusive thought.
Speak. I want to hear.
No.
It's no fun.
Anyway. I'm going to put him in garbage because you're a horrible person. And honestly, we literally were just talking about it too. How he's horrible to his son. I don't care if in the end you were like, I love my son more than... Whatever. Like, you were treating him like garbage.
He was a child abuser.
And also, a house elf abuser. So, no.
He's just a horrible person.
Yeah. Anyway. Not much else to be said. Next we have... Who do you have next? Are there... Oh. What's his name? Dudley Dursley? That is quite a name.
Garbage.
Freaking chonkers.
Literally is so annoying.
I hated it from the first moment in the first book where he was like, I only got, what is it, like 30
I only got 34 presents, not 36.
I was like,
oh,
excuse
I
me.
literally want to throw you.
I was like, I want...
But I
I'm
probably
done.
couldn't because you wasted it.
Also, he reminded me of one of our cousins. As soon as I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. When I first read it, I was like, this is my cousin. I mean, maybe
so
not as
bad,
but
oh my
actually,
gosh.
And at least
And this is
freaking
their name
Dudley,
just exposes them.
at least Dudley was freaking 12, bro. No, our cousin was way older. Was.
What?
Is.
May they rest in peace.
Oh my gosh.
Dudley is just like so selfish, and then he goes, he's a bully. He's so annoying. Most annoying part. What book was it? It's like where he goes out and there's the Dementor there. What book is that?
Order of the Phoenix?
Yeah. And then he's like, Harry did it. Oh, I would have killed him. I'm just kidding.
I'd be like, well, I'm about to. You know, I'm gonna bring him right back and
It
have
was
him
all
finish the
Harry. I'd be
job.
like, well, Harry's a better person than I am because I would have slapped him, bro. I was.
But then again, he also just like almost got expelled. So
It was
Okay.
all Harry.
Next, your turn. Sorry.
I know her name. I
Oh my
promise I
gosh.
do. Luna Lovegood. Why did that take so long?
Oh boy. I'm gonna
Oh,
put her
brother.
I'm gonna put her in very good.
Me too. If she could like stop hovering in the middle of the page.
I feel like she's just not quite up to peak, but I think she's a really fun character.
She's an interesting character. The one part where it's her and Harry, but like the horses that like only
What are they called? Like Thestrals or something?
Yeah, and they're talking, and then like you learn how like sad Luna's like life has been. You know what I mean? And just like her whole character, she's so funny, like quirky, and non-derogatory. She's a silly, goofy girl. I like seeing quirky characters that aren't sort of just like, I'm not like other girls, I'm different. No, she's
quirky.
freaking weird.
Like, she's quirky. Like, the actual use of quirky.
What is the definition of quirky?
Also, really good example that, like, again, it's kind of defying how stereotypes were, like, not everyone in Ravenclaw has to be, like, book smart. Like, actually, no. Luna is intelligent, just, like, not always in the same way.
She proves that by how many random facts she spits off all the time. Okay, the definition of quirky is odd or unpredictable in their appearance, character, or behavior.
That's literally Luna. She invented that word. I love Luna. She's great.
Freaking dictionary.com is wild. Quirky describes something that has or is full of quirks.
Actually, I'm sad to say, but you're kind of, like, far away from the microphone and I'm closer. Our audio's gonna be distorted.
Oh, goodness. We do not need to hear more of you. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me? Okay. Next is my turn?
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Cedric.
The one Hufflepuff.
Okay, I don't like when you say this because Ravenclaw literally has Luna. And Cho-Chang.
Okay, that's literally... I'm saying Ravenclaws and Hufflepuffs get nothing.
And it's I kind of like, I feel like no house can be happy. Maybe other than Gryffindor.
Freaking Cedric, and he dies in the same book. He gets his like main fame in. I'm like, awesome.
I mean, there's definitely more Hufflepuffs in the books, but there's like nothing mentioned in the movies.
I'm gonna put him mid. We didn't get to see much of him.
I'm putting him in very good. Okay. I mean, we didn't really get to see much of him, but I really like him.
Because he died. I'm sorry.
Well, sorry. I feel like movie Cedric was like almost never there. Book Cedric was there a lot more.
Yeah. You know how much freaking Cedric Sims there are?
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot. It's scary.
Nothing beats Draco though. Draco has the
No.
most Sims.
That's scary.
People love those like toxic, manipulative men. Like,
That
I can
says
fix
something
him.
about
That's
you.
literally the I can fix him. That's where the trope came from. Was a Draco.
How about you go fix yourself a little, and then go find yourself a healthy man?
Okay.
You don't need to fix anyone. You're not a mechanic.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Wait, no, it's mine.
Yeah, it's yours.
What's her name? Freaking Veronica. I'm just kidding.
Petunia. Veronica and Vernon Dursley. That's insane.
Oh, that's so cute. Petunia Dursley. What a freaking grandma name. Garbage?
I'm putting her in no thanks with Vernon.
Garbage. She is
Actually,
horrible.
I feel like her character's more interesting than Mr. Dursley, but she's still a bad person.
Her whole hatred towards her own sister because she was so jealous. Like, I cannot even fathom like that. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how jealous I get, I don't think I could ever be that, like, I'd hate you that much. You know what I mean? And then her getting, like, her nephew and just, like, abuse. That's awesome, queen.
Yeah, I think it's really messed up, and a lot of people do this with Harry, which is really sad. Including Snape. Snape is the main one I think of. Taking their problems from his parents and just...
Poor guy.
forcing it on him. Like, he did nothing to you. Why? The fact
Bro,
that...
he didn't even know his parents. I'm sorry.
Snape hates James so bad, which honestly... Valid. Understandably so. James was literally just the worst to Snape. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I think it was very interesting that Harry's two idols in his life that he thought were always perfect and amazing people to look up to slowly realized that they really weren't, and they all had flaws, and like were not very good people. You know what I mean? Like Dumbledore and James. Like James, he thought was like his perfect father. He was like amazing and so kind to everyone, and he learns that he was like actually like a bully and not the best. And then Dumbledore, like that stuff. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Cannot catch a break.
Literally. He's been through a lot. I also like how the book is like when Harry finds out the whole thing with Snape and James, and he starts like thinking all the time where he's like, wait, like my dad is living what Draco is to me, and I think that's so sad. Like obviously James wasn't as bad as Draco, but still, like, that's a really sad thought. Imagine figuring out your parent was a bully, just like horrible.
Anyway, sorry, what's that one line? He's like, my dad did not strut.
Oh yeah.
Bro, how did you know?
No, literally, that's a good question. I'd be like, hey, how did you know that? Back to Snape or whatever. But like taking all of that and just like forcing on this child that literally you meet him once, he does nothing to you, and you start automatically
I
bullying him.
hate you.
It's just this whole chain of things.
Has a vendetta against a child.
Like that's actually insane.
It's crazy.
Really calm down. Like, I mean, I know there's that. There's that whole thing where he kind of hates Harry because Dumbledore had that whole thing where he needed to save Harry and Snape wanted to save Lily, so he kind of maybe has like a problem with that. But like, you do not need to take it that far. Calm down.
You don't need to bully him for the rest of his life. Calm down.
Anyway,
Your turn.
oh, never mind. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be correct on what I'm going to say, so I'm just not going to say it. Because it's embarrassing you say things and people in the comments are like,
It's
actually,
really embarrassing. Like, I feel,
literally, it's
jump out a
sickening.
window.
Okay, next we have, Creature.
That's his name?
Yeah.
He's quite a creature.
Freaking love book Creature. We don't really see a bunch of movie Creature at all. Including his whole, like, kind of redemption arc in the books is so adorable, and in the movie they just don't do that, and it makes me sad.
They just erased it completely, and I was like, oh.
I, like, ate that up in the books, honestly. I'm putting him in mid.
Oh, I put him in mid.
With
He's
Dobby.
silly. Like, I love how everyone just, like, absolutely hates him. Valid. I mean. But he's just silly guy.
Silly guy.
Silly guy. Silly guy.
Anyway, your turn.
Next we have is, what, Barty Crouch?
Yeah.
Crouch? Meme.
Ouch. Okay, I don't really know where to put this man because honestly, he's just kind of there. He's just
In the movies, it's so much worse because then you just see his freaking dead body on the floor and then they just move
Right.
past that like nothing happened. I'm like, oh.
His death in the movies is so abrupt and so weird. I'm like,
Venture to
Why?
the Woods? You're like, see his dead body and then whoop. I'm like,
weird.
yo, are we not gonna address that?
I'm gonna put him in no thanks.
Same.
Actually, yeah, because I just don't have any like strong feelings of hatred toward this man, but I don't think he's the
Yar.
best. Anyway, last one, yeah. Okay, next one we have is Barty Crouch Jr. If you didn't know, that's his son. No,
I thought that was
laughs.
implied.
I was literally making a joke.
I know.
And like always, it went over Ashley's head.
And like always, Ashley is a freaking dumb.
Okay, I freaking love this character, especially in the books. In the movies, he's like kind of not. He's okay. Barty Crouch Jr. Supremacy, underrated, really well written character. He's a genius. I don't know.
He
what
is
more
a
to say.
genius. Like his whole plan, I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, literally, like he got everything down to a T in Goblet of Fire, like every little thing. And I'm like, I think that's why Goblet of Fire is genuinely just one of her best books, is because everything is written like so, like you don't think much of it when you first read it, but then you read it and you're like, oh, I didn't see that before. It's just like little things like the potion where it says he's constantly drinking, and you're just like, okay, maybe he's just thirsty, like okay.
The whole, I just want to talk about like the whole ending when Harry finally gets back to like the arena and he's like traumatized, obviously. And then you think he's safe finally because he's finally back, and then he goes with Moody and then back, and then you realize that you're like, uh-oh. It's literally the ending of that book is just plot twist after plot twist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that book.
I just like I love all the little details. I don't know if At some point, kind of the movie and book stuff kind of just combine in my head. I don't know if it's from both, or if they're... Anyway, I like the little details, like I don't remember what it's called, but it's the tool that spins if there's, like, dishonesty around.
Yeah.
And there's that detail where he walks in, it's spinning. He's like, oh, it's broken. It's always spinning. Like, I guess it's just because, like, everyone's dishonest at some point. Everyone's lying about something. But it was literally just because he...
Yeah, we're all lying about something.
Or just, like, the... Oh, there was something with the mirror. I don't remember. It's kind of fuzzy. But I remember that detail was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And just, like, the shaking trunk. I don't remember what excuse he said. Why it was
Bro's a good liar. I'll give him that.
Yeah, it's just, like, every little thing. And he literally... We gotta give him credit for fooling even Dumbledore. Like, that's insane.
Bro was good. Like, he got everything.
Down to the last detail. Oh, I think I just really like this character. I remember rereading, because as a kid I didn't really appreciate it. I also was just kind of confused. I was like, what is going on? Who is this guy? Like, I was like, okay. Because I also was so confused about how long he had been impersonating Moody. I was like, wait, when did this start? It's not that hard to understand, but when I was younger, I was, like, confused.
I wasn't the brightest kid, okay?
Yeah, thanks. I'm just kidding.
I said
I was just kidding. What was I gonna say? Lost my train of freaking thought. Oh, I don't know if this was really in the books, but I like in the movies, the one little detail I like from the movie is when Barty Crouch is talking to Moody, and one of, like, Barty Crouch Jr.'s signature traits is he always was licking his lips, like his tongue is going crazy for some reason. I think it's just because he's, like, kind of insane. But it's when he's talking to Moody, and he, like, messes with the tongue, and Barty Crouch kind of just, like, gets confused and kind of looks horrified, and he literally dies after that. So it kind of just shows that it was just, like, little details like that. I think that's really, really cool.
It was really cool.
It was very, like, honestly, really, very awesome. So... Yeah, we didn't, honestly, we didn't do...
crazy.
We didn't do every single character, but we might do a part 2. We'll do more.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of did some of the main ones. Should we move into the Acolyte?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Be forgetting. Okay. Miss Ma'am, get off your phone, I'm talking.
Throws
It's
it.
aggressive.
Owie!
Oh, okay, this is so random. Before we get into the Acolyte, I just want to say this. When I was editing last week's episode, and it was when was it Bard movies? No, it was reacting to Star Wars theories.
Yeah, who could forget those?
And at the beginning, you were looking for the theories on your phone. Like, I'd sent them to you, and you were looking through them, or finding them, I don't remember. But I realized that it just looks like you're ignoring, like, everything. She wasn't, but
I swear, I was saving the photos of the theories.
But you were just like, and I was like trying to talk, like the intro, right? I'm just talking, you're just on your phone, and I realized, I'm like, wait, I probably should have clarified, because it looks like she's just being straight up, just disrespectful. But she wasn't. Like, anyway. I had to
so funny.
Like, probably no one cares, but I just...
That girl's so rude, ignoring her own podcast.
No, literally. Does she want to be here? No, she doesn't.
Really. I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Okay. So, we watched the first 2 episodes.
Can you give me a quick summary of the first one?
Well, they kind of just, like, blend together in my head. So, can we just do both?
Okay, let's just talk about both of them, because, yeah. I feel a little quirky today.
No, let's not.
Oh my gosh, I hate that my laugh is just, like, silence and then, like, a squeak.
I like your laugh. I
That's
hate mine.
so bad.
Mine is... I don't like mine.
I like your laugh.
Thanks. Okay, anyway. So... Do I even really need to summarize? Like,
No,
just say
you're
whatever comes to your head.
Okay, I want to talk about May, because her character design is so good. I love her whole look so much. It's so cool. And her main weapon being knives.
She's a psychopath.
Geeking out so bad. I was gonna say I love knives. That sounds psychotic.
I love knives.
I love playing with them. That sounds psychotic.
We have our little sister sitting next to us, and she
Like
just gave you the most shocked expression imaginable. Okay.
No, but like, I've said before how much, like, I think knives are like such a cool weapon. Because I ranted about Hunter's knife so freaking much. It's. But also, her having just like a bunch of like little like throwable knives is so cool. I want to be her for Halloween, bro. I want to like cosplay her so bad.
I'm sorry, are we gonna talk about how the theory was correct?
Yeah, whose was that?
It was, I think it was that girl that likes muffins.
Yeah, oh my gosh, dude. The twin theory, if I got that right, I would never let anyone forget that.
Which I want to know, did other people have that theory? I wasn't staying up to date on Acolyte News at all, I'm so sorry. So I don't know if like other people kind of theorized that.
Yeah, or was it just yours? Because like, that is insane.
Like,
you guessed it like on point.
That was
Me talking.
crazy.
I'm
talking to you.
Talking to you.
Because I genuinely just thought it was like a past present situation. I've said this so many times. I'm getting sick of myself. That where it was like showing her backstory, like maybe she was a Jedi and then something happened and she just wants revenge. I thought it was the same person.
I never would have guessed it was twins.
Same.
Ever. And then as soon as I saw that it was twins, I was like, oh my gosh.
I was shooketh to my
Right.
core.
That's insane. But having the whole twin scenes is like super cool. And I was thinking, and I'm like, this is the first time in years that we've had like an original story where we don't like know any of the characters, you know what I mean? Because I was thinking, I'm like, even like every single one we've known characters in it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So this is the first time where we're like, we don't know anyone.
Oh, other than the Mandalorian.
I'm saying like in years.
Oh. It has been years, I'm gonna tell you right now. Or you mean like more years?
Since Mandalorian.
Okay.
You're missing the point.
Before we get into like just like little things, also apologize for the dog yapping. I do that every time. Whatever.
Freaking dog.
We're almost done anyway. So before I get into like just like little random thoughts, because I have a bunch, I just want to say my overall opinion. I'm just feeling kind of like about it. Like I am intrigued and I'm interested. I just think, I mean, obviously we're only 2 episodes in. There's a lot that I don't like. I feel like some of the acting, some of the writing is just kind of bad. But overall, like, I really like the choreography. And...
Oh, the choreography's big.
Yeah, and the cinematography. And the plot is, like, interesting so far. So, I don't know. I'm just, like... I'm not overly in love with it. I recognize that there's some flaws. But I'm not, like...
Hating it.
There's a lot of hate going on in the show right now, and I just am sick of it.
I don't get it because like I like it. Like I like this show so far. Like it's a good show. I don't get what's to hate about it.
I don't either. People just choose to be annoying. Like I made a whole community post about this, like, and I don't really want to repeat most of it, but I think that obviously people are allowed to have their own opinions, and me and Ashley have talked about this before. If you have an opinion, that's fine. Like, as long as you're actually just giving...
Hating within reason?
Yeah, if you're just, like, giving valid reasons why you don't like it, and also not belittling and treating people like crap that don't share your opinion, that's fine. But I don't understand that people are like, this show's garbage, and then give no reasons as to why they think that. Like,
great, buddy. Now I just think you're dumb.
And I also hate the Disney ruined Star Wars. Like, oh my gosh. Stop. Like... Obviously, there have been Star Wars projects I have not liked, and that's fine. Every franchise has that problem. Like, I don't like every Marvel movie. I don't like every Disney movie. Like, it comes with everything. Like, you're not gonna like everything. So, I don't understand what's going on. Anyway.
I love the plot so far. Just, like, how it's shaping up. Like, how there's twins, and then, like, how one of them... is like killing Jedi. I found that really fascinating, especially where it's in High Republic, where it's in such a time of peace, and everyone loves the Jedi. Also, Jedi's uniforms crack me up. I love the theme of gold and like how formal and proper there. Like it cracks me up. I was gonna say something. Oh, and I was thinking during the show. I'm like, it's so weird not having an empire. You know what I mean? Because literally every Star Wars project, there has been, like, some big bad. Like, Empire, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's always been a taint of that, but, like, this one, there isn't any. You know how weird that is? Keep having to remind myself that there's no Empire.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any, like, strong feelings. Okay, the only thing that I, like, and obviously I don't want to go, like, hating the show. These are just, like, some funny things I noticed. One, and I'm also very confused about this, how that Jedi died of, like, knives, but then, like, there's people that get lightsaber stabs and just, like, walk it off.
One, like, knife in the chest. Like, I bet, like, it probably hit her heart or something. So, like,
it was like, okay, but
probably
also, like, a laser is going through your flesh and burning a hole through your body.
Okay. It also would have been worse. I guess for the knife. Sorry. For the knife, because when she pulled it out, because then she can just bleed out. You know what I mean? Especially if she hit like a major artery. But with lightsaber, since it's hot, like seals the wound. You know what I mean? For her stabs, like still. Come on now.
You should not survive from a lightsaber stab.
No, you should not.
Like, I feel like it's just Star Wars is pretty inconsistent with that at this point, but whatever. And also, why is there fire in space? I feel like that's a common critique. Why was the ship burning? They're in space.
Wait, when?
When the ship is, like, going down, like, it's burning, and they're
Wait,
literally
really?
in, like, space, and everyone's just like, what's going on? Like, how's that happening?
So funny. I didn't even notice.
I noticed, and I was like, what?
There's no fire in space.
But I feel like there's just, like, a lot of inconsistencies that, like, not just with the Acolyte. Like, I feel like it happens all the time. It's just, like, so weird.
Yeah. I like the, what's her name? The twin that's good.
Osha?
Osha?
I don't remember.
Her and the, like, main Jedi, you know what I mean? What's his
like
name?
Salt.
It's gonna take me minutes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's gonna.
I like their dynamic a lot. I think it's interesting. What's the one guy?
The annoying one?
Yes, I know.
I think it's
the
Yord.
Yeah,
Yord?
he cracks me up.
He's silly.
Especially when they walk in the ship and he's freaking shirtless, like ironing his Jedi robes.
Yeah,
that
insane.
was so funny.
I'm like, sir. Or like, have you seen the way he walks around?
He
just like walks like.
He reminds me a lot of a character. I just can't place it,
Same.
and it's annoying me.
Same. It's actually triggering me.
I cannot place what he reminds me of.
It's annoying me, but I feel that.
He's just funny. I also like the main Jedi's like Padawan. I think she's like silly.
I honestly, everyone says that she's like one of their favorite characters, and I don't know much about her to call her my favorite. Like, I don't. She's just not there.
She's silly. I don't know. I'm very intrigued by May's master, like the whole thing going on there. Like what is bro doing?
For real. It just sounds so good. Like, I like how it's not. He doesn't sound like a typical like Sith, where he's basically. It's more assassin based. He's telling her to go and kill these Jedi without like any specific weapons. It's just like a whole different.
It's different than what we're used to, and I'm excited. Like, it's better. Like, I don't know. It's just something new, and I'm glad. What's your favorite character?
Honestly, I really like Saul. I don't know his name. I'm so sorry. Like the main Jedi, I really like him. I wouldn't say this one's my favorite, but I'm interested in him. Is the one that made the poison for. Is her name May? I don't think he's my favorite, but I'm really interested in him and like what his motives are, because he just seems like very interesting.
He is an interesting character. May is my favorite. You can tell. I just find her so interesting. Like her whole backstory. Like how the frick did she stay alive if they both claim that she saw her die? Like, one, how? And I love her. I have already expressed how much I love her character design. I think her whole costume is super cool. I'll be cosplaying soon. I'm just kidding. I'm not rich. And then just like her whole the knives. Yeah, I'm sorry. And just like her whole agenda and stuff is just so cool to me. She's my favorite.
I also really like her sister. I'm sorry. What the freak is her name? I don't want to mispronounce it, but her. I like how it kind of shows like how naive the Jedi can be. Like, even though she left, she still has that like where she saves the one guy and he ends up like betraying her and leaving her behind. I feel like it kind of shows that. And also when May manipulates the one Jedi at the beginning, where she throws it at the guy because she knows that she'll save him, and that's when it's a distraction to kill her. it just kind of shows that like a lot of the Jedi like ultimately just like led to their downfall, but they're like really naive about a lot of things.
It reminds me of a line from Obi-Wan Kenobi where it's compassion leaves a trail, because Jedi like is like that so much that it's a weakness to them. That they just care so much. Like, since she didn't want the guy to die, she gave her life. And yeah, just like so many things. It is a weakness that a lot of their enemies exploit, but it's a good weakness to have. That they care about people.
Also, I don't know if I'm the only one, but like you said, how it's weird watching it without there being like an empire. I think it's really weird seeing Jedi without clones. Like, I know that there was a time before that, like Phantom Menace and stuff, but it's so weird. Like, because multiple times it's like, oh, where are the clones at? I'm like, they don't exist. Yeah, it's just weird.
It's really weird seeing the Jedi in their prime. Like, I feel like everything in the Jedi, like, people didn't really like that much, especially in the Clone Wars. But this one, people, like, love Jedi. Also, the whole thing with the Trade Federation was really funny. I was like, not Jedi. Oh, I loved Osha's flashbacks with fire. Like, the PTSD from that. I feel like they handled that really well. And I did like that. But yeah, the fire in space. Okay. There's no oxygen in space. But I really like the show so far. I think it's just interesting. If I could talk, that'd be really nice.
It's like, I feel like a lot of people just take what they don't like about it and just assume they don't like the show. Like I said, we're only 2 episodes in.
How many episodes are there?
I don't remember. I think like 6 or 8 or something like that. There's obviously a lot I don't like about the show, but I'm still interested in the plot, and I'm not going to form a solid opinion until I've seen the rest of it. Like, you can't really go off of just 2 episodes.
I'm very intrigued on what happened with Osha's and May's past like that. Like, especially with her talking to that one Jedi and him willingly taking the poison is interesting. And I don't know. Something big happened, like, I can tell, obviously. And I want to know more.
Oh, what do you think of the Darth Plagueis the Wise theory about him being May's master?
That's
a big theory going around right now, because technically he would be around during this time period.
Oh, that's a cool theory.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking funny. Are you kidding?
I don't know how I feel about it, but I think it's interesting. Also, everyone's saying they want to see young Yoda, and honestly, I'm down.
I want to see young Young Yoda?
Yoda.
Yaddle would be alive too.
Yeah.
No one cares about Yaddle, I guess.
Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I think I yapped a lot. I think
we did yap a lot. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't think we were going to talk
this episode is way longer than I thought it would be.
We just, like, forget that we go on tangents for everything. Like, it doesn't have to be Star Wars. We will go on tangents. We did with Barbie.
That's been proven today. And with Barbie.
So, yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.